This was brought to you by Franklin County Internet Gaming Society on YouTube and Facebook.
Whisper. Whisper is a +3 touch, short sword, forged in a land where ghosts ran wild. In addition to its ghost touch property, it allows the wielder to see invisibility at will, and it can cast shield on its wielder 3 times per day. It communicates only by empathy, sharing its strong feelings of hatred towards ghosts with its wielder in order to encourage her to hunt what it considers undead abominations. As might be expected, Whisper has a spell purpose to destroy ghosts when its wielder is using it in combat against ghosts. It grants the character a +2 luck bonus on all saving throws, a +2 deflection bonus to her armor class, an SR 15, ALNG, SV 4 +6, ref +6, will +7, strength /dex /con/intelligent 15, wisdom 13, charisma 16, ego 7, caster level 9, prerequisites, craft magic arms and armor, plane shift, see invisibility, shield, market price, 125,790 gold pieces. Cost to create, 63,050 gold pieces, plus 5,019 XP. Cursed magic items. As described in the Dungeons Master's Guide, cursed items are magic items with some sort of potentially negative impact. This chapter expands that category with new common curses, ranging from an additional list of drawbacks to items possessed by evil creatures, as well as an assortment of new specific for cursed items. Table 6.5, Cursed Item Common Curse replaces the table of the same name in the Dungeon Master's Guide, Table 838. Common Curse Descriptions. Several common curses are detailed in the Dungeon Master's Guide as noted on Table 6.5. New curses are detailed here. Awkward use. This curse applies only to items which the spell trigger or command word activation methods. Activating the item requires awkward movements in addition to the normal action and provokes attacks of opportunity from threatening foes. Table 6.5, Cursed Item Common Curses. The percentage 1 to 8, Curse Illusion. See DMG. Dice percentage 9 to 18, Opposed Effect or Target. See DMG. Dungeon Master's Guide. 19 of D percentage 19 to 23, Curse Intermittent Functioning. See DMG. D percentage 24 to 30, Curse Requirement. See DMG. D percentage 31 to 40, Curse Drawback. See below. D percentage 41 to 40A, Curse Awkward Use 1. See below. D percentage 49 to 57. Curse, divination resistant, see below. The percentage 58 to 65. Curse, extra space, see below. The percentage 67 to 70. Curse, fragile, see below. The percentage 71 to 73. Curse, possessed, see below. The percentage 74 to 81. Curse, short circuit, 2, see below. The percentage 82 to 88. Curse, won't resize, 3, see below. The percentage 89 to 95. Curse, completely different effect, see DMG. The percentage 96 to 100. Curse, substitute specific cursed item, see DMG and below. 1 applies only to spell trigger and command word items. Reroll if randomly generated or an item with a different activation method. 2 applies only to charged items. Reroll if randomly generated by a non-charged item. 3 does not apply to weapons. Reroll if randomly generated for a weapon. Divination resistance. When subject to divination spell, including detect magic, identify, and analyze Gleamer, the item receives a will saving throw to resist the effect. If its saving throw is successful, the spell reveals no information about the item. This curse usually comes into play only when the item is first discovered, and it might be overlooked as non-magic treasure. Drawback. The Dungeon Master's Guide lists a number of drawbacks often found on otherwise beneficial items. When randomly generated first item roll, the percentage 1 through 65. Consult the table in the Dungeon Master's Guide 66 through 100. Consult the table below. The percentage 1 through 8. Drawbacks. The character cannot be awakened when sleeping until she has slept a full 8 hours. This applies whether the character falls asleep normally or is subjected to a magical sleep effect. Loud noise, slapping, and even wounding do not wake the character from sleep. Elves and half-elves are immune to this drawback. The percentage 9 through 18. Drawback. Character's hearing diminishes. The character takes a -4 penalty on listen checks and has a 5% chance to miscast any spell with a verbal component. The percentage 19 to 26. Character takes a -2 penalty. Drawback. The character takes a -2 penalty on saving throws to avoid becoming dazed or stunned. When dazed or stunned, he remains so for 1 round longer than the normal duration. The percentage 27 to 34. Drawback. The character does not recover well from wounds. He regains only half the normal number of hit points from resting and subtracts 1 point per die from the results of healing spells. The character has only a 5% chance per round to stabilize when dying, and only a 5% chance per minute of waking up and unconscious. Heat percentage 35 to 42. Drawback: whenever the character would be shaken, she becomes frightened instead. Whenever she would be frightened, she becomes panicked instead. The percentage 43 to 51. The character becomes easily distracted, taking a -4 penalty on concentration checks. The percentage 52 to 61. The character develops 2 random mental and physical quirks rolled randomly on table 5 100 traits in the Dungeon Master's Guide. The percentage 62 to 69. Drawback: character develops a pathological fear of being grappled. He cannot initiate a grapple and automatically becomes shaken and successfully grappled by an enemy. The percentage 70 to 77. Drawback: the character becomes sensitive to light. Abrupt exposure to bright light, such as sunlight or daylight spell, blinds the character for 1 round. In addition, the character takes a -1 penalty on all attack rolls, saves, and checks while operating in bright white light. The percentage 78 to 82. Drawback: character becomes especially vulnerable to fire, as if she had no cold subtype. She gains no extraordinary resistance code, however. The percentage 83 to 87. Drawback: character becomes especially vulnerable to cold, as if she had fire subtype. She gains no extraordinary resistance to fire, however. The percentage 88 to 90. Drawback: the character becomes susceptible to loud noises and sonic attacks, taking a -2 penalty on all saves against sonic effects. The percentage 91 to 92. Drawback: every time the character takes damage from a slashing or piercing weapon, the wound bleeds for an additional 1 point of damage each round, as if the weapon had the wounding property. Multiple wounds result in the cumulative bleeding. Bleeding can only be stopped by a successful heal check, DC 15, or the application of any healing spell. The percentage 93 through 96. Character becomes susceptible to critical hits for purposes of confirming a threat. The character takes a -4 penalty on armor class. Effective armor class. The drawback. The percentage 97. Drawback: any hit score with a blessed crossbow instantly kills the character. Drawback: the percentage 98 through 99. Drawback: character experiences flashbacks to the lives of previous owners of the item. At the start of every encounter, there are 5% chance that the character notices something about an opponent that causes her to recall a past owner's life. If this happens, the character takes no action for 1 round and thereafter takes a -2 penalty on all attacks directed at that opponent. The percentage 100 drawback. DM's choice. DM either picks one of the above or one of the DMG that's appropriate or creates a drawback specifically for that item. Extra space. The item uses up 2 magical item spaces in the character's body. The ring might use both a ring space and a bracer/bracelet space. Perhaps it includes a bracelet linked by wire or fine gold chain to the ring itself. The cloak might also use an amulet space because it includes an elaborate brooch or a helmet might prevent a character from using eye lenses or goggles. Fragile. The item has both a lower hardness than its material would normally have, reduced hardness by 1, and fewer hit points than it normally would, reduce hit points by 2. Possessed. The item's magical power comes not from the normal process of making a magic item, but from a malevolent spirit inhibiting it. The possessing creature may be a ghost, a devil, a demon, or some other evil creature at the DM's discretion. The item does not radiate magic if detected, but it might radiate an aura of evil. The character who makes a successful search check, DC 25, while examining the possessed item, tell that there is something strange about it. The spirit in the item is aware of what is going on around the object. It can see and hear up to 60 feet away as if using its normal senses. It does not gain blind sight. If any round in which it takes no other action, such as using a spell-like ability, it can extend its senses to twice its normal range, 120 feet. The possessing creature is vulnerable to spells that specifically affect creatures of its type or alignment, such as Holy Word and Holy Smite, as well as Chaos Hammer or Porter's Wraith. Mind-affecting spell or effect, but it is unaffected by physical attack or standard magical efforts such as fireball. Harming the object does no harm to the possessing creature. Although if the object is destroyed, the creature is forced into an ethereal form. The possessing creature can use any ability it has that requires no physical action, such as using a spell-like ability or telepathy. It cannot cast spells since it can neither speak nor move, attack physically, or perform any other physical action. The creature possessing the object can attempt to hide its presence by making a special hide check. This mental hide check uses the creature's intelligence modifier instead of its dexterity modifier. The successful check allows the creature to avoid virtually anything that would betray its presence in the object. It can pass through a magic circle against evil, enter a temple warded by forbiddance, or escape detection by a detect evil. The DC for this hide check is the same as the saving throw DC for the spell the creature is trying to avoid. The creature gains a +4 circumstance bonus on its check if it is not controlling the possessed object at the time of the check. Making this check is not an action. The possessing creature can do it in response to another creature's action, such as casting Detect Evil. The possessing creature has the ability to make the possessed item radiate a corrupt and befoul nature. Anyone touching the object in this state must make a will save or fall under the effect of a bestow curse spell. The affected creature does not know that the curse came from the item, and in fact might not know right away that he or she is affected by the curse. Nothing about the object's appearance suggests that it is possessed. The curse lasts until it is removed, even if the creature vacates the object it possessed. At the DM's discretion, the creature inhabiting the object has sometimes possessed a character who has been carrying or using the object. This occurs, the target receives a -1 penalty on saving throw to resist possession. For each day the possessed item has been on the person and is used to enact some negative damage. A possessed item's powers function at the command of the possessing spirit, not the item's owner. Most of the time, possessing creatures find it convenient to obey the commands of the owner, but occasionally the creature might refuse to activate powers when commanded or activated at an inappropriate random time. Possessed items may appear to have a simple curse or intermittent functioning, while the truth is much worse. Short circuit. This curse only applies to items with charges, including all staffs and wands. Each time the item is activated, there is a 25% chance it burns one additional charge with no additional effect on a D% roll of 100. However, the effect is actually double, as if 2 charges of the item went off simultaneously. Won't resize. Most magic items resize to fit whatever characters try to wear them. These cursed items do not. If necessary, roll on the following table to determine what size creature the item was made for. D% 1 size tiny, D% 2 to 26 size small, D% 27 to 76 size medium size, 50% chance item is sized for a specific race or month, such as elf or dwarf. D% 76 to 96 size large, D% 97 to 98 size huge, D% 99 size gargantuan, D% 100 size colossal. While this certainly seems like a curse to a player character who wants an item but finds it to be the wrong size, creatures such as giants think of it as something of a blessing. They generally make no secret of the item's properties, hoping it will deter medium-sized thieves from coveting it. This curse does not apply to weapons which normally do not resize specific cursed items. As with the items detailed in the Dungeon Master's Guide, these new items have market prices to facilitate construction. Should someone want to intentionally create them, they cannot generally be sold. Amulet of Sickness. This golden disc appears as an amulet of health +6 and functions as such until the wearer takes damage from an enemy with a challenge rating equal to or greater than his level. At that moment and thereafter, the amulet imposes a -6 penalty on the wearer's constitution, including commensurate hit point loss. Once the curse is activated, an amulet of sickness can be removed only by means of a remove cure curse spell. Caster level 16. Prerequisites: craft wondrous item, endurance, bestow curse, market price 1,300 gold pieces, weight / armor of vulnerability. Any type of magic armor can have this property. Analyze Weaver and similar definitions reveal that the armor protects the wearer from critical hits, like the fortification property. In fact, all critical rolls against the wearer are automatically successful, so every threat is a critical hit. Caster level 16. Prerequisites: craft magic, arms and armor, limited wish or miracle, market price +1 bonus. Belt of cat's strength. This wide metal studded leather belt is decorated with images of lions and appears to be a belt of giant strength +6. It functions as such until the wearer attacks an enemy with a challenge rating equal or greater than his level. At that moment and thereafter, the belt imposes a -6 penalty on the wearer's strength, and the lion images change to house cats. Once the curse is activated, a belt of cat strength can be removed only by means of remover spell. Caster level 16. Prerequisites: craft wondrous item, full strength, bestow curse, market price 1,300 gold pieces, weight 1 pound. Cloak of Affront. This handsomely tailored cloak appears to be a cloak of charisma +6 and actually functions as such to the wearer. A bluff or diplomacy check. At that moment and thereafter, the cloak imposes a -6 penalty on the wearer's charisma and makes his personality, force, and rating. Once the curse is activated, Cloak of Affront can be removed only by means of remover spell. Caster level 16. Prerequisites: craft wondrous item, charm, monster, bestow curse, market price 1,300 gold pieces, weight 1 pound. Goggles of night blindness. While they appear exactly like goggles of night, the effect of these lenses, as almost completely opposite. When first worn, they grant the wearer dark vision with a range of 60 feet. As soon as the wearer attacks a creature while using dark vision, however, she becomes completely unable to see except in conditions of bright light, such as sunlight or the daylight spell. Thereafter, once the curse is activated, the goggles of night blindness can be removed or activated. The goggles of night blindness can be removed only by means of remove first spell. Caster level 16. Prerequisites: craft wondrous item, dark vision, bestow curse, market price 1,000 gold pieces, weight / headband of hostility. This simple circlet functions as a headband of intellect +4. However, when the wearer casts a conjuration, summoning, or conjuration calling spell, the conjured creature is hostile to the wearer and attacks her instead of her enemies. Once this function is activated, the headband can be removed only by means of a remove curse spell. A variation of this that works as a Heriot of Wisdom +4 also exists. Caster level 16. Prerequisites: craft wondrous item, charm monster, commune, or legend lore. Bestow curse. Market price 13,000 gold pieces. Weight / headband of simple mindedness. This device appears to be a headband of intellect +6 and functions as such until the wearer attempts a skill check based on intelligence. At that moment and thereafter, the headband imposes a -6 penalty on the wearer's intelligence until the curse is activated. A headband of simple-mindedness can be removed only by means of remove curse spell. Caster level 16. Prerequisites: craft wondrous item, commune, or legend lore. Bestow curse. Market price 1,300 gold pieces. Weight / necklace of the vampire. This elegant necklace is formed by bloodstones, and a large ruby hangs as its center. To all appearances, it is the beneficial and powerful item, granting several magical abilities to its wearer. It grants the wearer dark vision with a range of 60 feet and doubles her rate of natural healing 3 times per day. The wearer can use vampire touch. Once per day, she can use Finger of Death. The first time the wearer uses Finger of Death, the necklace adheres itself to the wearer. At this point, it cannot be removed unless the wearer dies or a remove curse is cast. The evil magic of the necklace is such that it entices the wearer to use the power of causing the man to spring to mind every time she becomes angry. For example, each successful use of that power causes the necklace to become more and more a part of the wearer's body, gradually being covered over with skin until after 10 uses of the power, the ruby of the necklace reaches the wearer's heart, killing her forever, turning her into a vampire. Caster level 20th prerequisites. Craft wondrous item. Create greater undead. Anchor of death. Vampire touch. Market price 90,000 gold pieces. Slash. Area of Oblivion. A black pearl on the white silver chain. This amulet appears to be a Paria of Wisdom +6. It functions as such until the wearer attempts to spot or listen check. At that moment and thereafter, the Paria imposes a -6 penalty on the wearer's wisdom. Once the curse is activated, a Paria of Oblivion can be removed only by means of a remove curse spell. Caster level 16. Prerequisites. Craft wondrous item. Commune for legend lore. Bestow curse. Market price 1,300 gold pieces. Weight 0/ artifacts. This section describes 18 major artifacts similar in majesty and power to those in the Dungeon Master's Guide in the epic level handbook. Like those others, the artifacts presented in this chapter are items of tremendous power and inestimable worth. However, that doesn't mean they should never appear in a campaign. Quite the contrary. D&D is about heroic adventure and a quest to find use or destroy an artifact. Use or destroy an artifact can be more heroic than anything else player characters will ever accomplish. 3 of these artifacts, the Blade of Fury, Might, Dragon Hammer, and Helltongue, originally appeared in the high-level D&D adventures Sword of the Iron Fortress and Bastion of Broken Souls. Those adventures are useful models of how to incorporate artifacts into high-level campaigns. Sword of the Iron Fortress is an adventure about an artifact. An evil warlord sought to reforge the Blade of Fury Mine in Bastion of Broken Souls, however. The 2 artifacts that appear are mostly tangential to the story of the adventure. 1 Dragon Hammer is found on a body and can be used by the PCs to help them accomplish their goal, while the other, Helltongue, is wielded against the PCs in the climactic battle. Even lower level games can feature major artifacts. The Janketh of Inestimable Beauty and Joy D's Mask are not so powerful that they must be restricted to the hands of high or even epic level characters. PCs might be called upon to thwart a thief who wears JD's mask, or they might receive the Ascent of Inestimable Beauty as a reward for some service performed for a golden dragon. The Rod of 7 Parts could provide the impetus for a campaign that begins at lower levels, with PCs finding one piece of the Shattered Rod and reaches its climax just as the characters enter epic level territory. In short, artifacts appear in D&D products to be used not simply for your reading pleasure. They should be used carefully. Their purpose use all but ensures the campaign, brand, and scope that will soon be forgotten. The Blade of Fury Mind. Mighty Freddy Wizards, working on the ethereal plane of fire, created this scimitar. The Grand Sultan of the Ifrit wielded it in a legendary battle with their enemies, the Djinn. However, a cunning Jedi rogue, working with adventures from the material plane, managed to steal the blade from the Sultan's throne room, and with the help of great powers, shattered the blade and scattered its shards across the multiverse. It was only recently reforged by a warlord, mighty son of a Durga prince and a red dragon, who gathered the spirits of the greatest forge masters of history in his fortress in the infernal battlefield of Acheron to recreate the blade. Intact, the fiery might is a large damage 1d10 plus 5 unholy keen flaming burst belching. When drawn, the blade sheaths its wielder in a constant warm fire shield effect and grants a constant triple strength 360 foot range arcane true seeing on its wielder. The sword's great heat also deals 1d6 points of fire damage to anyone holding it each round. Finally, the wielder can rebuke or vampire creatures as a 20th level cleric up to 10 times each day. The blade is also intelligence 11, wisdom 19, charisma 2, or 22, ego 28, and lawful evil. It speaks only ignorant and prefers to communicate telepathically. The crystal of ebon flame. The origin of this artifact is unknown. It is a beautifully formed diamond-hard mineral the size of a human's hand. If a living creature touches the crystal, it sends forth rays of light, while a black flame seems to leap and dance in the heart of the jewel. The character touching the crystal must attempt a will saving throw, DC 20. If this save is successful, she remains unaffected by the crystal's powers, and all other creatures within 30 feet of the crystal must make successful will saves, also DC 20, or be affected by the symbol of persuasion cast by the character. If the character fails the initial saving throw, she is affected as by a symbol of insanity, and all other creatures within 30 feet must make will saving throws will be likewise affected, regardless of their hit points. If the character touching the crystal successfully saves against its initial effect, she can control the other powers of the crystal by gazing into the depths of the dancing black flame. The character can use discern location, greater scrying, and vision each once per day. The crystal grants its user a +10 circumstance bonus on scry checks made when using its greater scrying ability. In addition, the character can use either mind blink or protection spells once per day on herself only. If the crystal is called upon to perform its maximum number of powers in a single day, discern, location, greater scrying, vision, and either mind blink or protection spells, the character using the last power becomes the target of a trap with soul's effect as soon as the last power is complete. If the character fails the saving throw against this effect, her soul becomes part of the green black flame within the crystal and is utterly lost until the crystal is destroyed. Caster level for all of crystal's powers is 20. Save DCs where applicable are all 25.
This was brought to you by Franklin County Internet Gaming Society on YouTube and Facebook, Roger Hansen on Patreon, and Gaming with Infamous on Discord. Thanks for stopping by. Listen to our podcast on any of these platforms: Anchor, Breaker, Overcast, Pocket Casts, Radio Public, Spotify. Support us on Patreon, and check us out on Discord. All the links can be found in the video description below. We thank you for your participation. If you enjoyed, please like, subscribe, share, make comments. We love feedback.